Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, 5
How are
a.m.
you? What time is it for
Good.
you?
5 a.m.
Oh, Lauren's up early. She's gonna be pissed. She's gonna be groggy and pissed. I am on the other side of the bed. I woke up in such a good mood. I am having the absolute best day. Can I tell you what happened to me today?
Yeah.
It's only like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I am having so much fun with my life. I put on a Tony Robbins this morning, and he was like, walk on these hot coals. You're going to be the best you can be. And I said, God damn it, I am going to be the best me that I can be today. And with that attitude and with that high vibration, me and John went into Starbucks because John's like, I want an egg sandwich. I'm so hungry. You didn't let me have dinner last night. I said, we're doing the fasting, and at 8 o'clock, we're done. And by we, I mean you. Nobody's going to get rid of that stomach for you, hey. So we go into Starbucks. It's such a nice morning. The sun's coming in. And do you know what happened to me? You're not going to believe this. Do you know what happened to me?
What happened?
I was recognized for the podcast, girl.
Really?
Yes, this man came up to me and he said, oh my God, it's you. Like, I cannot believe I'm seeing you in person. Please let me buy your coffee this morning. I said, sounds good. I don't like a ton of caffeine, but whatever you want to give me, I'll take. He told me it had a shot of blonde in it. So then John heard him say that. And I think,
That's
because
espresso.
no, a shot of blonde, that's like hitting on somebody. Like, I'm going to give you a shot of blonde. That's not espresso. Anyway, John was so pissed off. He's like, you're out here at Starbucks getting numbers, being a skank. You're my wife. You should be acting like it, all this stuff. I said, he's a fan of the show. He's probably, a fruit. And,
How does he know
and
what you look like?
what, excuse me?
The person you saw, how does he know what you look like if he listens to the podcast?
Well, I thought you were putting all this on YouTube or the tube.
Yeah. I guess it just surprised me that he was watching on YouTube.
Well, he was. La la la, jealous that you didn't get recognized. Now you're going to be a hater. I could not believe it. And I could not believe John made it about him. He got in the car, he slammed the door. I said, if you slam my door one more time, I'm going to hit you in the back of the head. And he was like, oh, the school counselor told me you shouldn't be saying stuff like that for me. Because we went in the school counselor talking about Jacob, because Jacob's truant. I don't even know what that means. He's late to school because he has to have breakfast. What? Who? They have to be there by 7:30 and they have to have already had their breakfast? Nobody can do that. So we had to go have a meeting. And during the meeting, the guidance counselor made it all about me and John and said, we were unhealthy. And, because at one point I slapped him right on the chest. And she was like, you can't, put hands on him in my office. And I said, who are you? Are you a social worker? Are you a cop? Are you working for John? Did he give you $20 before we came in here? Give me a break. We stormed out. We were both pissed about her, to be honest. And we wrote her up and we talked to the principal, and I think she might have lost her job because the principal's a good friend of ours, Tim.
Mm.
Tim was like, she did what? It was this whole thing. But we're popular. This podcast is blowing up, much to your chagrin. I'm sure you thought it was going to be a complete fire, like a wildfire in a dumpster. And
Mhm.
I feel sorry for you because you're gonna be stuck with me for years to come when we're doing this, like Howard Stern. And you need to think about if you want to be remembered for being upbeat and positive and on my team, or being a nuisance, because I will replace you.
Okay.
Okay. Do we understand each other?
Yeah, understood.
Great. So good. So, due to the popularity, I'm not trying to do my own horn, but due to the popularity and the reach of this podcast, our inbox has been flooded. It has been flooded. What are we at now?
Um, let
10,
me, let
30,
me count. Hold on.
60,
One,
100,
two,
200, 300,
three,
400,
four, five. We got 5 emails.
5. I thought it was a lot more than that. I
Yeah,
should have
there's
hit you.
one. You want me to start reading them? Or I could read
Yeah, let's
one by
just
one.
dive into I have so much energy out of absolutely nowhere. I think it was the Tony Robbins clip. Or maybe it was just
Great.
getting a little bit of a, having someone have a crush. To have someone have a crush on you is human. It's human to enjoy that. Sorry, cuff me. Put me in the slammer that I'd like someone saying you're cool.
There's
Um,
one from someone named Tyler. Is that
are
the
you
Tyler
kidding
that
me?
we know? Yeah, there's one from Tyler.
Tyler wrote an email
I
to
don't know if you want me to read it though, actually. I don't know
read
if I
it.
should read it on air.
Read it. Read it right now, or you're fired on the spot.
Bonnie, like no, I don't feel comfortable. I don't think we should.
Oh, you don't feel comfortable. Oh, now you're also PC. I thought you were a progressive. Anything goes with Lauren. She can basically wear a bra to work and have a girlfriend and a cat, and it's all, she wears a wife beater. No one says anything. You're
I'm
gonna
telling
be.
you, you don't want me to read it.
Does he say something like racist? I mean, what's the big deal? Just read it. I'm not going to tell you again. Okay, go for it. This is fan mail. People want to hear it. This is Tyler.
You
Tyler, my son's football coach, assistant football coach, good friend of mine, good friend of the family. So I'm sure it's totally fine.
you looked so good in those jeans.
Oh, oh,
Wearing
that's spam. That's not Tyler. That is spam. What account was it from? I bet it wasn't from the school account. I bet it was from a junk mail. Someone, a bot. Was it from the
yeah, maybe
school?
maybe. I think it was from Tyler.
What I need you to do is forward me that email, the junk mail that wasn't real. Forward it to my inbox so that I can scan it for viruses and stuff like that, and then delete it. I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to read it over and over. I'm going to just scan it for viruses, make sure it's not from, a bot. Confirm it is from a bot because Tyler would not send me something like that because our relationship's totally platonic. And then I will delete it. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, already done.
Oh, I got it right there. You look so good. He is a nut. But that was not him. So there's no need to worry about that. What? Well, go to Jersey. I told you I'm recording, so go to Jersey Mike's without me and bring me back a 10. The number 10. Extra ranch. That was my husband. He's like, "Oh, you want Jersey Mike's?" I said, "Yeah, I want Jersey Mike's." That's his way of apologizing. He would never come down and say, "I treated you with a complete lack of respect and completely insulted you all morning." He just says, "What do you want from Jersey Mike's?" That's his way of apologizing.
Got a lot of energy today.
Lauren, no one prepares you for fame. You know what happened at Starbucks this morning was very sobering because I thought my life is about to change, and I got that feeling the other day that my life was about to change when I was at church. I was going into church and Pastor Mike held the door for me. And in my head, I'm going, I should be holding the door for him, but he's holding the door for me. So things are getting murky. Things are getting confused. You know, I'm like, I'm getting lost in the sauce here, because it also felt pretty appropriate that he held the door for me. I thought, good job,
What are you talking about?
serving, people like Pastor Mike and I have to serve our people.
What do you mean murky?
Can you focus, please? For Christ's sake, can we get back to the emails? I'm not going to explain everything to you.
Who is T Powder Puff Girl 22 at AOL.com?
I have no idea. Sounds like a.
Hey Bonnie, it's Trisha.
Oh, are you effing kidding me? I told my best friend Trisha explicitly not to email me. If she had any questions for me, I would see her Thursday at the club. What they're doing at the club is they're doing on Thursday. It's so fun. They're doing a kids movie night. They're playing Ice Age with Trisha, wants to watch. So we're going to set up a picnic, grab some tequila, just hang out.
That's
So,
cute. You guys bringing
yeah,
your kids?
kids, no. We need one night to ourselves to cut loose and have some tequila and make a scene. And it's Trisha's favorite movie. And you know what? She really, have you ever seen Ice Age? She really
Mm-hmm.
looks like that one rat character, Sid. You know which one I'm talking
Oh,
about?
yeah, the Sid character, that's a sloth.
Oh my God, bore someone else with your anime. I swear to God, who would know that? Who would go, oh, the Sid character's a sloth. Oh,
Right.
okay. Burning daylight
Okay.
here. Burning
Let's get
daylight.
back
Let's
to the
get through the
emails
email.
then.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Agreed. I just don't want her blib blab right now. I really don't think we need to read Trisha's email because she's always making about her. I already committed Thursday for Ice Age, and that's plenty. It's called having boundaries with people.
Dear Bonnie, it's Trisha. Your podcast has saved my life.
Uh,
Your friendship has made me whole. The
ugh.
time I get to spend with you is more precious than the time I get to spend with my kids.
Oh
Did
my
you get
God.
that TikTok I sent you? The one of the old man at the grocery store. I thought you'd think it's funny.
All right. Okay. Enough. Enough. She's not all bad, I suppose. She does go, go on and on and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I think, okay, it's getting weird here, girl. Um, but Lauren, can you remind me to watch that TikTok after this? That sounds hilarious. Do you ever see elderly people at the grocery store and you just think that is about the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life? It's hysterical.
In what way?
Just how helpless they are. Speaking of TikTok, did I tell you what happened to me last Saturday after you left?
Mm-mm.
Oh, this was such a racket. A man came up to me. I was at the mall. I was sitting there. I was eating an Auntie Annes, minding my own business, watching the kids.
Yum.
Yeah, yum is right. I know that's your favorite thing. But I told you probably got to lay off them at least until Christmas, and then you can bring stuff like that, gluten, sugar, all that back in. But you need to give your body a reset. You're getting a lot of breakouts. Um, Bonnie, or I was, I just called myself Bonnie. That's what I was kind of talking about with the pastor thing. My head's getting messed up. Like I'm calling myself Bonnie, like God, like I'm God or something. That's what fun does. It's an addiction.
We're all
I'm sick.
doomed.
What'd you say?
Nothing, nothing. Sorry.
You're a downer. You're a tinfoil hat over there, always talking about, oh, we're not gonna have water. We're gonna have a water crisis. We're gonna have a recession. Anyway, I'm sitting at the mall. I'm sitting there on a bench, watching the kids with the pennies in the fountain. It's so sweet and cute. And this man comes up to me, and he's like holding a camera in his face, and he's like, "Can you spare $5?" You know, and I said, "You bum, get a job, ass. Get out of my face. Don't come up to me at the mall with these kids around with your ratty clothes. You're scaring everybody. You look like a peasant." I was livid. Well, lo and behold, it was one of those, like, what would you do things. Do you know what I'm talking about? When
Oh
they
my
do like
God.
and it's an act. He was an actor. He was an actor and he was faking, and totally, it was a totally false scenario. And first I was like, I must be getting really famous because I'm thinking they punked me or whatever.
Did they give out some money if you said yes? Is that what they were doing?
Oh, yep. If
Or
I
you
would
get a
have said
shopping spree?
yes, they would have given me $1,000 to go
Oh my
into the
God, but you
mall.
went viral because you said no. Wait, maybe
Went
that's why
viral.
they,
No, they just someone made a video. It didn't go viral.
well, how many views did it have?
I didn't look. Go look right now.
All right. Is it on, what should I look
I don't
up?
know what it's on. It was on the
Oh
KC,
my
the
God.
Sunshine Band News. For
No,
all
I
I
found
know, it
it.
was a look.
Someone sent it to me.
Someone sent it to you. Who sent it
Oh
to
my
you?
God, it's got like 3 million.
Are you effing kidding me? Three
Maybe
million
that's
views?
that's definitely why the guy in Starbucks recognized you.
No. He recognized me from the show we're doing. Are you jealous, girl? You're so mad that you didn't get
God,
pulled
this is
aside at
hilarious.
Starbucks and have, you're so jealous that some, supermodel didn't come up to you and say, oh, I'm a Victoria's Secret model. You want to come hang out with me? That's what you think you deserve. And you're mad because someone recognized me from my show where I give people wonderful advice about dating and spirituality and all that. Well, I guess 3 million views. I mean, it must be driving traffic to our page. Can you, what are we
Yeah,
at?
I think so too. I don't know. I'll have to check after this.
Yeah, take a look after this because I think that, I mean, what do they say? No, all press is good press, even if it's bad press. It did scare me though, because he like pulled off his jacket and he had like a dress shirt on, and then he had a microphone and he was like, this is like, what would you do? And blah, blah, blah. And, I screamed. I was like, I still want you to get out of my face. Get that camera out of my face. The whole thing. But what I do want to say to people is, if you see me out, like the gentleman who recognized me and loved on me at Starbucks this morning, if you see me out at the mall or, Whole Foods or at the school or at the club, please come up and say hello to me. Please come up, give me a big old hug, depending on who you are and depending on your hygiene and stuff like that, because I love meeting new people and talking to new people. I really do. Don't you think that's a really great way to describe me?
Hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like what happened to you at the Starbucks.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. He gave me a hug, and he whispered
Like
in my
comforting
ear.
you because he felt bad.
No, Lauren, he was saying, good job. I really appreciated how you handled that. And he was talking about the podcast. Can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
Have you ever thought about some kind of straightening treatment for your hair? Some kind of Brazilian
Um,
blowout or hot keratin treatment?
I don't think that's really good for your hair long
Would you be
term.
willing to, next time you're here, if I pay for it, if it's my treat, would you be willing to get one and just see how it goes?
Think about it.
You'll think about it. Hooray! That's so good. That's so good. Last time we did now that I'm thinking about this, last time we did the Ice Age movie night. It wasn't Ice Age that time, it was Madagascar, which is another one that Trisha loves. She's like, I like to move it, move it. She loves that movie. Um, we were there and she had like 10 bottles of red wine. And you know who else had a bottle of red wine?
Who?
Her daughters, who were about 12 and 14, drank a whole bottle of wine between the two of them. Did you ever get in trouble when you were a teen? I bet you got in trouble all the time. I picture you like on the back of some motorcycle, boy or girl, I don't really know what you're doing then, and just peeling off and saying, screw you, mom and dad, like being some kind of crazy girl. Am I right?
A little bit.
Why are you being so coy? Just say, were you a bad girl or not?
I don't really want to talk about that stuff on here.
That makes
Like,
me think
I want
something
this to be about
bad.
you.
That
This
makes
is
me think
about you,
something really
Bonnie.
bad happened, like she went to a insane asylum or something,
All right.
or she was in some kind of gang. I could also see that for you. I could also see you being in like a teen gang and being like, oh, you got to roll the dice. Oh, you got a 3. We're going to give you a beat down into the gang. Oh, you got a 5. We're going to shave your head.
It's
Do you know
really
that
interesting
gangs
how
do stuff like that? Gangs. Have you ever watched a show about a gang or a prison? I think I'd do pretty well because I know how to go along and get along, but I also know when to show no mercy and take no prisoners. And a lot of gangs, even the girls, even the women, do a beat down to get in. Like you have to go to a warehouse and they beat you down and physically, or they
how do you
shave
know
your
that?
head. Or are you not into the gang talk? Are you not? That's not interesting to you, even though it's interesting to 90% of people. Most people I bring this up with, they're like, oh, you're kidding.
No, no, no,
That's
no. I
such an
just
interesting thing.
how curious how you know about it is all.
I watch a lot of A&E. Did you see The Secrets of Playboy on A&E? And what an
I
absolute radical pervert Hugh Hefner is? Not even a pervert, just a sicko, just a nasty sicko. You'd really think so because you're such a crunchy granola, in your face. Right now, if you saw that documentary, you'd be like, free the nipple, down with them. I hate them because you're already like that now.
it's really interesting how you see me.
Do you think it's appropriate not to wear a bra, are you not aware that it makes you uncomfortable? Or do you
Mm,
wear a bra and it looks like you don't? I think
I
what you do is you wear like a cotton training bra for like a 13-year-old and you're not realizing that you're nipping out of it.
all right.
I think we're gonna have to wrap it up today because Lauren's connection, I think, is failing. I'm not really hearing her say anything. Dang it. So I guess I will wrap it up myself. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And I'm really looking forward to next week because, oh, fingers crossed, everything works out. We're gonna have a real. Oh, there's Lauren. Oh, you didn't go anywhere. Good. Are we having that special guest next week? The
Yeah, I think so.
special one.
I have to confirm it.
Oh, well, again, she didn't do her job, wasn't prepared. Shocker, surprise, surprise. I'll talk to you. Well, I'll talk to you in about 20 minutes. Are you gonna have lunch
Hopefully.
or breakfast or whatever you want to do? Did you make your
Yeah,
overnight
it's
oats?
breakfast. It's only like 5:30 a.m.
Okay.
I might go back to sleep for a little.
That's not a possibility because we have so much to do. We have so I need you to make what I need you to do for me today is make an Excel spreadsheet of my winter clothes so that I can look at the sheet and I don't have to touch. I don't want you touching the, if you're touching the clothes and get your oily hands on the clothes and you have all the patchouli oil that you put in your hair and you're going to get on the clothes. But if we have a spreadsheet, I can just say, go to column 4 and get me those boots and put some gloves on. So we'll work it out. I love you, everybody at home, everybody listening. I'll talk to you next week. All right. Bye now.